Hello, hello. Really, I could get away with just not doing my brows, but I like them to be as perfect as possible. I just waxed these bad boys myself like a week and a half ago, and I didn't do too bad of a job. There's definitely some straggler hairs already growing in. I always make sure to do my brows first before my foundation because if I mess anything up, I can literally just wipe it away with my finger. Easy peasy. Interesting. I can like see myself on my computer over there, and that's convenient. Yeah, that's neat. I'm getting ready for a final interview with Winky Lux Cosmetics to be their new social media coordinator, so hopefully that goes well today. My last couple meetings with them or interviews with them have gone really well. They seem to like me. Perfect? Perfect. I just trimmed them, but like they already need a little bit of a trim already. It's crazy how fast hair grows, honestly. It'd be super nice is if YouTube let us have like actual music playing in our lives like TikTok does. What's kind of weird is like when I look at this on my phone, since my phone's obviously like a rectangle, it just like is really long, but like when I look at it on my monitor, it's just like a nice square. It's weird. That is really weird actually, because it like cuts off my head on my phone, but like when I look over there, it doesn't. That's weird. Whatever. I guess whatever works, right? So after I apply my product, I just start brushing through with my spoolie just to disperse all the product so it doesn't look too harsh, too full, too thick, too blocky. We don't want blocked brows. Not anymore. This is in 2016. It's pretty good. It's not bad. They're cute. That works for me. I used to use dip brows, so they're like super full, and then I would use concealer or a base to clean them up, and then it just made them like too perfect, so they were just like really unnatural. Whereas I like using a pencil now, just because I can still fill them in, shape them a little bit, but they still look kind of natural, you know what I mean? You could still clean them up if you wanted to a little bit. I just don't. Sometimes I'll clean them up towards the end of like my waxing cycle just because they'll be a little bit too scraggly for me. But then I just set them in place with my brow gel. So yeah, so the position I'm going for with Winky Lux Cosmetics, I'm doing that because my Snapchat contract actually is ending at the end of this month and it's just a significant reduction in income. And I try to be like as like the most financially responsible person I can be. So I'm just trying to like replace it with something. So I saw they had an open position, so I'm like, why not take it? So like I said, hope my last interview is today, so hopefully that goes well. That was kind of weird, but we're gonna leave it. I do need to tweeze a couple spots though. Because it's bugging me. Ouch. What I don't love about having moved to Florida recently is that like I don't have any go-to places for like my go-to stuff, like my lasers and waxing and haircuts and just all that kind of stuff. So I need to find some places like that. I found a couple places like 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away, so I just got to call them and get in. Aren't these the cutest little tweezers? How's everyone doing? Okay, that's better. I say that as I continue plucking. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Let's do some foundation. So I'm going to use my favorite, my go-to, my Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect. This is my favorite. So for foundation, I always apply to the back of my hand just because you can control the amount of product that you're applying much better. If you over apply, that's when you run into like really cakey foundation and nobody wants to look like a dried out cake. At least I don't. So I just stamp into it with my damp beauty sponge. You should always use a damp beauty sponge. It's how they're made to be used. And it just blends out so nicely. It looks like skin. I love it so much. The finish is amazing. This foundation always kind of looks a little yellow on me on camera, but in person it's literally a perfect match. Once I have it all applied and blended out, it literally is perfect. But it would be nice in general to have a foundation where it's like literally your skin tone from the moment you put it on to the moment it sets into place, but I've never found that. This sponge, if anyone's curious, is the Thirsty Lemon sponge from Allie Things Beauty. You can get it on their website or on Amazon. I love it. I love it because it's cute and fun, but it's also very practically designed. So the little nip at the end is meant to get into any like little tight corners or little crevices, like around your nose, underneath your eye. I don't take it all the way up underneath my eye because concealer goes there, so like why double it up? Just asking for creasing. Today's like actually my shaving day, but I'm like, don't feel like it. So I'm not gonna be filming for the next couple days anyway. I got 58 videos done the last 3 days, 2 days, 2.5. So I have a lot of videos to get drafted, like a lot of shorts and reels and all that kind of stuff, TikTok. So I have plenty of like computer work to do for the next few days. So I'm not gonna be filming. I wasn't gonna film anything. Oh, I'm not filming anything today. I'll do some like reaction videos on TikTok probably and some snaps, but I wasn't gonna do a makeup look today. But like I said, my last meeting is with Winky Lux's today, so I just wanted to have like a full face moment. Where does this little hair come from? Of course, I'm gonna ruin all my foundation right now just to get this little fuzz off. But we can fix it like that. So fun story. I moved to Florida recently and I'm doing a full remodel in this house. So if you know me, you know remodeling is my thing, my husband and my thing. Like we are extremely good at it. It's just something we love doing. And so we're remodeling this house completely. And right now we're at like a standstill because we can't put in, like we ordered 27 new doors. That way they're solid core doors because the ones that were here are just very basic and builder grade. So they're really hollow and just blech. So it we've been waiting on those to come in. So we can't put in the new baseboards, the taller baseboards, because we have to have the doors. And then we're waiting on that. And then once the doors are in, then we'll put like the new crown molding in. So it's like everything's like waiting on one other thing. So it's like really annoying right at like a standstill. I've done like virtually everything else we need to do. But so the 27 doors were delivered today. Again, they're solid core doors, so they're very heavy. And two delivery people, I paid $1,300 for delivery. I paid over $7,000 for these doors, mind you. So, which is relevant. So only one delivery person showed up when there were supposed to be two. The one that did show up was complaining that he wasn't feeling well, so he wasn't going to do anything apparently. So my husband and I literally had to spend over 3 hours to take all these doors, heavy ass doors that I paid $1,300 for delivery and unloading for, mind you, ourselves. So that was really aggravating and wasteful of my morning and early afternoon. So I got those done. Every single door is damaged. Every frame is damaged. Every door has little chunks missing, and it's literally just, it's all damaged. And again, spent $7,000 on these doors, and these are all custom doors. So they're not like Home Depot doors where you can just like return them and get something different. We waited 2 months for these because they're special order. So 2 months later, we have doors that we have to either, I don't know, we can't return them, so we're gonna have to pay to fix them. So it's been a really aggravating and annoying morning. I'll tell you that much. But we can't keep holding off projects just because of freaking doors. So they're gonna have to be put in and fixed, and we still have to paint them and everything, and that'll fix a lot of the issue. But like I said, there's literal chunks missing. So it's been a very annoying morning for me. Your face is extremely sweaty. Please suggest a good foundation for oily skin. So if you're somebody who has really oily skin, first you need to be moisturizing more. People, I think, a lot of times I've heard people say that they think that they are moisturizing too much, but no, your skin overproduces oils and sweat because of lack of moisture, so you need to moisturize more. In addition to that, you always want to, when we're talking about base products, we want to counteract whatever issue or concern that we have that's most apparent. So if you're somebody who has really oily skin, you'll want to use like a really mattifying foundation. Why is that so loud? You want to use a really matte foundation, so something like the Morphe Filter Effect is fantastic for when you have oily skin. I have more so combo skin, I would say, and it definitely fluctuates throughout the year. So when I lived in Ohio, where I actually had season changes, unlike Florida, in winter, I would use something that's a bit more glowy, more radiant, more dewy to offset the dryness in my skin. But during the summer, when I'm a bit more oily, I'll always use the Morphe Filter Effect. It's one of my favorites. Just in general, if someone's looking for more of a glow or radiant foundation, the Born to Glow is fantastic. It's actually the concealer. No. I'm going to use a Winky Lux concealer today. So moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the shade Light. This is their full coverage under eye concealer. It's their Peeper Perfect concealer. I actually just tried this out for the first time yesterday or the day before. I lose track of days anymore, honestly. I hardly ever sleep, and I'm always working, so like I forget what day it is most times. I need to get my Botox redone. Look at all that movement. I don't think so. So I lost my little beauty sponge. I take my little beauty sponge. Hi, Brandon. So I like to use this to blend out my concealer. I just like that it gets right up where you need it. My nose always itches when I do makeup. Does anyone else have something that like always happens when they do their makeup? Like some people, I know their eyes really get watery. Some people get like twitchy. I get so itchy. My nose always gets so itchy. It's so annoying. My eyes used to twitch ridiculously when I would try to do like eyeshadow and any eye makeup. Thankfully, I've gotten used to it. It doesn't do that as much now, but God, it was annoying. Yeah, like in person, I don't know. It just looks very, it's like my foundation color is perfect. But on camera, everything kind of takes like a yellow cast. I don't know, at least on my phone it does. Like on my phone it looks like that, but like when I look at my monitor, it doesn't look as much like that. I don't know, it's weird. Cameras and phones are weird. Thank you, Brandon, I appreciate it. Can you please suggest a good cleanser, serum, moisturizer? So moisturizer, I love the Fix Beauty moisturizer as well as their caffeine under eye cream. Those are great. The La Roche-Posay Double Repair Moisturizer is one of my newer favorites. That's great. The Zeo Skin Under Eye Serums and Eye creams are great. Morphe 2, the Total Softy Gel Moisturizer is a really good one. I love that a lot. Cetaphil has some good products. Those are really affordable. Look at those creases. That's why I get Botox. I've had like premature static lines in my forehead for the longest time, which is why I started getting it a few years ago, just because my brow bone sticks out so much. So I'm trying to like prevent unnecessary premature aging. And Botox is so quick and easy to do. I've gotten it for like 4 years. I'm just like way overdue. I haven't had time to go get it done. Skin's looking good. Skin's looking good. Yeah, why does it look weird on my phone, man? I don't know. The color's just weird. The way it takes color in is just weird. Okay, so that's done. So let's set some concealer with powder. So for powder, I usually use the ABH Translucent. But I've been loving the Fenty Beauty Lavender, their Pro Filter Setting Powder. It's amazing. It's pretty much translucent, but it has a tint of lavender to it. So it's great because it just kind of brings a little bit of extra brightness in. Eyebrow tutorial. I already did my eyebrows, obviously, on camera a few minutes ago, but I do have some eyebrow tutorials on my channel. Hello. So for me, baking is a must. I have to bake, or else my under eyes will crease very, very quickly. But I don't bake for like 10 minutes like some people do. That's way overkill. For me, I leave it for like a good 45 to 60 seconds, and that's good enough for me. I also take it up at an angle just to create that sharp lifted look. Because for me, how I do my makeup, I want everything to be lifted because it just, I don't know, creates a nice youthful effect, sharp effect, and that's what style I like. So I look up and I really try to press out any creases as I'm applying it. Forehead, do a little bit. I'll let it sit on there for just a second or two, like not too long. But I've been really setting these lines over here because I have to right now until I get my forehead redone. And I just set down my nose and one on my chin. If you're someone who your entire face is really, really oily, go ahead and set your entire face just so you can prevent as much of the makeup separation and breakdown throughout the day as you can and really keep it locked into place. But if you are more dry, then you only want to set the areas that you have your concealer or areas that you tend to crease or get oily throughout the day. Your secret skincare? I don't have any secret skincare. I've had a really intense skincare routine for many, 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 many years. Yes. Many, many years. Brush. If you guys haven't already liked this video or shared it, I really appreciate if you do so. So forehead, I'll just lightly brush it off. I use a fluffy brush like this. It's nice. It's really soft. So for my under eyes, I just very quickly brush it like this. I'm putting very little pressure because we don't want to disturb the foundation and concealer underneath it, of course, but we obviously want to remove that excess powder. It makes it very matte, very smooth, very nice. So just brush that off. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite powders, and it smells really good. But it just is so smooth. It's so nice. I really love it. Really, really love it. It's such a nice velvety finish. Very nice. Gosh, these creases are getting crazy. So next we are going to, these are my base brushes. I cannot talk today. So next we're going to bronze. So for bronzer, I'm going to use Fenty. We're going to use the shade Into Sun. This is their Instant Warmth bronzer. I've been loving these. I really love the Milani bronzers as well, but this has been one of my go-tos lately. Really love it. It's just very nice on the skin. So for this, I'm going to take a really fluffy brush like this. This is the Morphe 527 brush. It's just a fluffy bronzing brush. Because when we're applying bronzer, you want bronzer to hit all the high points of your face, anywhere that the sun's going to hit, just to add that warmth. But for me, I like to use shades that are a bit more neutral, so not necessarily cool tone, but not necessarily warm tone, because I don't like to bronze and contour. I don't like the way contouring colors and products look on my face. It's just too gray for me. I don't love that. So I use bronzer even in my contouring types of areas, and it just works really, really well for me. So what I like to do is I like to stamp the product in place kind of first, just to get the product on, and then I lightly brush it and blend it out into my hairline, because you just don't want a weird separation of like white and then, you know, bronzer. Like, obviously we have makeup on, I have makeup on, that's the point, but like, you don't want it to look weird. Like those lines of demarcation, separation, we don't want that. I always only take it to the outer third of my eye because if you go inwards more, it's going to drag your face down, which defeats the purpose of how I do my makeup. And most people don't want to drag their face down because it just like makes you look sad, and nobody wants to like look sad. I always bronze my jawline, even though I have facial hair, just because I do. So when I used to not have facial hair and I did my makeup, it just, I don't know, it's become a habit. I just do it anyway. It just brings a little bit of warmth. Doesn't hurt anybody. I always try to remind people too, go into the hairline. It's just so important. Some people like, just, I don't know, they leave this weird line like between like their hair and their bronzer or their base products. And it's like, it's just weird. I don't know why you'd want to do that. It looks very unnatural, is my point. But I also like stamping the product on because it just kind of blends itself out too. But yeah, I use colors that bring warmth, but also bring some depth, dimension, and structure back to my face. So it just like, it works really well together. So for me, having a big old 5 head, I stamp it right onto the front of my brow, or front of my forehead on both sides. And like where I had blended out that concealer in the middle, almost like a circle, I just go right up to that circle and then around it. And again, making sure I push up into my hairline. So by doing this, we're minimizing the appearance of a forehead using these darker shades, but then we're bringing the attention to the center of our forehead, which is why we blended that concealer out there. Cute. Cute. And cute. So for my nose contour, I've actually found, I don't like to do that really intense contour like some Instagram baddies like to do. I just think it looks so dumb. So for nose contour, I've actually found this new brush. This is part of Morphe, where's that? Part of Morphe's new Vegan Pro brushes. Love it. It's amazing for a nose contour. I just use that same bronzer that I was just using, and I just very lightly contour my nose. I just go down the bridge of my nose on both sides, of course, and then I like flick it downwards just to blend the product out. That way it's not like a harsh line and it's more of a shadow, which is the point. Same thing over here. Now remember, the closer the lines are together, the smaller appearing your nose will be. Brush the product down to blend it out. And then what I also have been doing is I like to flick up my contour or my bronzer from my nose up into my brow a little bit. It just gives it a nice flow. Please stop asking for shout outs. That's weird. That doesn't do anything for anybody. That's weird. So I just flick it upwards into my brow, and it also kind of creates this little bit of depth going into like my eye socket a little bit. I don't know, it just flows better. That way it's not just like weird lines. It just like kind of gradually, as you can see, goes up into it. It just works. And then sometimes if I feel like it, I'll go underneath my nose a little bit just to shrink the bulb. And then I go under my lip when I'm feeling a little bit extra, just to give a little bit of a shadow, which kind of makes your lip feel more a little, you know what I'm saying. So now we're gonna move on to blush. So for blush, I'm going to use a little bit of both cream and powder. So this is the Winky Lux Cheeky Rose Blush. I love this. It's so cute because it's literally a rose. So opens up like this. How cute is that? Tell me that's so adorable. Yes, it is. So this is a cream blush. So for me, what I like to do is, I always hate doing this because like I don't want to ruin the product, but it's meant to be used. So cute, cute. So just kind of stamp this on the high points of my face. Remember, do not smile when you apply your blush, because when you smile and you apply your blush, as soon as you stop smiling, your whole face drops. So unless you're walking around like this all day, that would be weird though. So just apply your blush like here. I use my finger or a damp beauty sponge just because it is a cream, so it just blends out much easier that way. And then if you want it to be a little bit more pigmented or long lasting, you can set it in place with a matching powder blush, which is what we're gonna do today. So of course you can just use it by itself. If you're someone with really dry skin, cream-based products are definitely gonna be your best friend when it comes to base products. They're going to look the best, last the longest throughout the day. They're not gonna break down as much, and it's gonna counteract that dryness. If you have really dry skin, powders aren't going to be your best friend. And if you have more combo skin, you kind of gotta do a little bit of both. There's a little line there, I do. So I'm gonna blend that out like so. And then we're gonna do some powder blush on top of it. I'm like a stickler for like my hands being clean. Like I always wipe off my fingers and everything afterwards. It drives me crazy. Do not like it. I have a little like nose line though. Let me see, right there. But I missed. Okay. Also, something you do is take your damp sponge and kind of stamp over everything. I do that sometimes, especially after highlighter, just to make sure everything's blended. Blending, 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 blending. So important. You can't like over blend is my point. That. So for blush, we're going to use the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. You can obviously tell which shade I like the most. So we're using Pink Moon. I'm going to set that cream blush with this, and I'm just going to take a semi-dense fluffy brush. And anywhere that we applied that blush, we're just going to stamp right over it. Again, this is setting it into place. It's going to mattify it. I do like a matte look. So it's going to mattify it, set into place. It's going to add a little bit more of this wash of color, and it's going to help it last all day. Some people like to put a little bit on the nose just because they feel like it. So like, let's go ahead and do that. Just give it a little something. That's all I want. Again, if you're somebody who wants more of a fuller face, go ahead and take your blush inwards a little bit more towards your face, the center of your face, towards your cheeks. If you want more of a lifted look, take it upwards and just apply it anywhere you have your contour or your bronzer. So for setting spray, I'm going to do the JAYBABY Beauty Crystal Glow Setting Spray. Love this a lot. So good, smells good, works good. It's amazing for on camera. So we're going to do a nice spray of this. This is going to lock everything together. It's going to melt our powders together. It's going to do everything we want it to do. And it's also going to set us up for our highlighter, so it has a little bit more to stick to. So for highlighter, I think I'm going to use, let's use the new Noctilucent palette. So this is the Noctilucent eyeshadow, just kidding, Noctilucent highlighter palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Super cute. See all the different changes in color. Love that. It's funny because like when I first opened it, it almost looked like this. So it was like they all looked like white except for the top pink one, which looked gold. And then like when I moved it in the light, I'm like, there's the colors. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. These are very glitter and very beautiful. So for that, I'm just going to take a Morphe M501. So it's a really fluffy brush. I use this for my highlighter. I think I'm going to use, I've done Apparition, which is a blue one. I think I'm going to use Phenomena, which is the one right here. It's kind of purpley, kind of pinkish. Cute. What's not cute is that fuzz, but cute. So we're just going to tap a little bit of this kind of all over. It's a nice little moment. Do very, very little on the tip of my nose. Just a little bit here. I do a little bit above my brow bone just for when the light catches it. It's just a little sparkle, you know. Then I spray my face again. Now, if your highlighter is too intense, more than you wanted, you could just stamp over with a beauty sponge and tone it down a little bit. That in my drawer. Right there. I always like everything to be in order. So kind of annoying, to be honest. So let's move on to eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, we need to prep our lids. So I'm going to prep it with an eyeshadow base, not a concealer. Concealer is not meant to go on your lids. Just got to find my base. Ready to go. So I'm going to use my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas eyeshadow base. And usually with this, I just take a little bit with my tiny sponge and stamp into it. A little goes a long way with this though, I'll tell you that much. Just start stamping it on. Like I barely touched into it and like look how much there is to use. It's crazy, to be honest. So just stamp this into place. Don't set this with a powder. This is not meant to be set with a powder. Once you use your eyeshadows, it'll set it itself, so you don't need anything additional. Some people like to set their bases with like a white powder or a setting powder. We don't need to do that. Most bases don't need that. Most bases are self-setting. So today we're doing more of like a bronzy neutral moment. Nothing too crazy. Cute. So why we use bases for our eyeshadow is one, to cancel out any of the discoloration or prominent colors on our lids, whether it be like veins, any redness, anything like that. So it cancels it out. One, it lays down a really nice foundation essentially for the eyeshadow. So it has something really nice to stick to, something a little bit tacky to stick to. It helps to blend for sure. Your shadows are a bit more pigmented. They're longer lasting. So lots of benefits to using an eyeshadow primer. Yes, you could just go in on bare skin, but that's not something I'd recommend personally. So for palettes today, we're going to dip into the Dollhouse palette. Or do we want Primal? Let's see what, no, I don't think Primal has what I want. No, it doesn't. We might dip into both, but mainly we're going to use the Dollhouse palette today. This is also from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Love that. So, she looks like inside. How cute. How cute. It's kind of like, this video's throwing me for a loop. Like I said, like on my video, it's like so rectangular, whereas like when I look on my monitor, like it's a bit more square, and like the color when I look on my computer is like accurate. It's a little washed out, but it's a bit more accurate, whereas like on here, everything looks kind of like yellow and greenish. I don't know, it's weird. Whatever. Technology. Yeah, drink. Cranberry and Sprite, if you were wondering. Why I need this many blending brushes when I use the exact same 5 every time is beyond me. I feel like we all do that though. We have stuff that we don't need. So I'm gonna do a halo eyeshadow today, which is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna take a brush like this, just kind of small, and I'm gonna dip into my darkest shade first. So I'm gonna dip into a little bit of, let's go for Attic. Yeah, let's do Attic right here. Hi, Sky. So what we're gonna do with this, halos are so fast, which is honestly why I love doing them, and they're so beautiful, they're just so easy. So what I like to do is just stamp this right on my lid. We're gonna do this on our inner and outer corner. So we're really gonna place this color and get it pretty pigmented. So basically you're gonna do like a little circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect shape or anything like that at all, but just kind of keep it on the outer side of it. And then the inner corner, do the same thing. And we're gonna blend another color on top of this in a second, so really stamp this into place and really stamp it in so that you can get that pigmentation built up, because you're gonna lose a little bit of the intensity when we blend the next color on. And then what I like to do is very carefully and gently kind of blend out the edges a little bit, just so it's ready for the next color. So just go in circles, just to blend out the edges slightly. Nice thing about facial hair is I can't mess up my makeup when my hair's there, so I can like put my chin on my hand and like really steady my hand. It's the little things in life. Okay, so we softened up the edges, as you can see. Shape is looking cute. Next, actually I'm gonna do that on both sides first. I'm just so used to doing like one eye on camera and one off that I always just like complete one eye and then like go to the other one. So when I'm live, I'm like, no, you can do both eyes at the same time. Has anyone done a halo eyeshadow look before? Usually a lot of times people do cut creases, but cut creases are boring. Usually cut creases are my go-to just because they are really quick to do, for me at least. That one I took a bit high, but we'll fix it. But yeah, this first step, you're allowed to be messy because we're just blending colors on top of colors in a second, and then we're gonna shape it with our shimmer. So again, stamp it into place like so, and then just very softly, very gently, very quickly, just soften the edges, just blend them out just a little bit. It's gonna help blend our next shade in. This one, I always like guide everything, so like my lower lash line just starts right here, kind of goes up and around. Over here, it kind of went out a little bit, but that's fine. It's gonna go up and around, just to help keep them kind of a similar shape. See, that's better. Okay, like I said, they don't have to be the exact same or perfect. So next we're gonna take a slightly fluffier brush. So let's take one like, let's take one like this. So this is an M433, just a fluffy blending brush. And we're gonna take a lighter shade. So now I'm gonna take shade, let's go with Pose maybe. Let's maybe do Pose. Or do I want Plastic? We're We're gonna do Pose. So right here, much lighter. And this, we are going to keep it, I always call it the 50-50 rule. So we're gonna keep 50% of this new shadow on top of the previous one and 50% like over it, off of it. This is gonna help us blend them together and make a really nice gradient. So we're just gonna go around the edges, anywhere that we just put this first shadow, just literally go around it and blend this color in. This is gonna soften it up, it's gonna diffuse it and blend it out. And since the first color, the shape of it is kind of like a small circle, it's nice because you can literally, with this brush, kind of set it right on the middle and just go in one giant circle almost and do what you need to do. So you see how that's very soft, and we lost some of the pigmentation, which is why we wanted to build it up in the first place. But it's soft and it's very, very easily blended out. Now, if you want that first color to be more intense like it was originally, you can go right back in, which we will do in a second, and add more of that color back in. But this color is meant to soften it up and diffuse it and kind of just blend it out. And then what I like to do is very lightly in my crease, just go back and forth, like window washer blade motions. Window washer blades, sure. And just connect those shapes, just very lightly, nothing crazy. Same thing on the other side, just start blending it out. This is such an easy look to do. It's very, very easy. So especially when people are newer to eyeshadow, or even if they're just used to doing just basic blends and they want to kind of spruce it up a little bit and make it look like they put a ton of work into something when they really didn't, this is my go-to recommendation. You literally stamp one dark color on the inner and outer corners, take a lighter color with a fluffier brush, blend it out, and then put shimmer in the middle. It's so simple. You can do this with any color. So like if you had blues, you could do like a really dark purple, like dark purple or blue right here and here, blend it out with a lighter blue or a lighter purple, or do both. Put a really dark purple down and then blend it out with a light like teal or blue. Same thing. Again, just kind of connect the shapes very lightly. I try to keep the middle when I'm blending it back and forth like this, not super intense, because I want the focus to be on the shimmer that we're going to apply in a second. So again, the shape in the middle doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to apply a shimmer there and shape it anyway. So real quick, I'm going to go back to that first shadow, which was called Attic. And I'm going to quickly stamp this into place, just again, just to bring back a little bit of the color saturation that we lost from blending, which is totally normal. See, just bring back a little bit of it. And then just to make sure everything's blended, go back with that fluffy brush. I'm not gonna add, I'm actually gonna wipe it off a little bit, but I'm not gonna add any more product. We're just gonna blend just for a second. Again, just to make sure it's blended and nice while still maintaining that saturation that we just added back in. Okay. Cute. So, looking cute so far? Yeah, it is. So for shimmer, that's always the fun part. We're gonna put I was gonna say apply and put, and it came out put. We're gonna put this right in the middle. So I think what I wanna use is a little bit of Marionette, which is right here. I think that'll be cute. Let's see what it looks like on the finger. Because usually I would do like a gold, but that's pretty. So these shimmers specifically, I think look really good when applied with a finger. It's a pretty color. So you're just going to stamp this, I had a little fallout there. So you're just going to stamp this right in the middle, right where we left that empty space. And it's okay to get it on the shadow that we already had down because we're going to stamp it over anyway. That's pretty. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect yet because we have to blend the color back on top of it just to create more of a shape. Right now, we're just depositing the color. Hi, Ava. You, of course, could use a flat packing brush for this as well, but these shimmers specifically, I think, work much quicker and easier and better using a finger. Okay, so once we have the color on like that, cool, it's still looking weird. I know, trust the process. Let's go wipe this off first. That stained my finger, man. Okay, so I'm gonna take that fluffy brush and dip into a little bit of the shadow. And we're going to shimmy it back and forth between the purple and that shimmer and kind of stamp over it. We just want to get rid of those harsh lines. Just takes a second. This just makes it flow a little bit better. I'm going to wipe that brush off. And just kind of go around the crease area a little bit just to blend out the shadow a little bit more. Just to bring it up. Just to bring it up a smidgen. Cool. And it comes together when we put lashes on. There was a little bit of fallout from that shimmer, which is fine. Just take a fluffy brush and brush it away. No biggie. Flick it. It goes right away. Done. Fixed. I'm those people that sprays my face with setting spray like 187 times per look, just because I do. Away. Okay, so we'll go back to this palette in a second when we, actually no, we're doing that now. We need to do some under eyes. So I'm just gonna take a tiny little brush like this, just a little brush. And I'm gonna do a little bit of vintage. So under my eye, I always apply a little bit of shadow just because I want to bring everything together. I just feel like it looks a little weird with no shadow under my eye. It looks bare. And it just takes a second to do anyway. You see, it just like brings it together. Does anyone have any fun plans for this weekend? Just working as always. Of course. So for liner, I'm gonna do black. For this, I need my stand mirror, or else I can't do it. So just look down. Just go right across your waterline. I always have to like get super close, hold on. See how it immediately just brings it like together? It just closes your eye off a little bit, just makes it nice, nice and sultry. Look at that highlighter, so pretty. Much better. My eyes get a little bit watery there. If you have really watery eyes, I recommend doing a cream or gel liner. lasts pretty long. And then also, if you have trouble with it keeping, like staying in place, you can set it with a matching eyeshadow. So I would just take a black eyeshadow and tap it on top and it'll set it. I actually am going to do that right now. Just take a little bit, nothing crazy. This is the same concept as when we did the powder blush on top of the cream blush. It's just setting it into place. It'll make it a little bit more pigmented and of course longer lasting. Done. Okay, so we're gonna come back to that palette in a second for an inner corner highlight. Looking cute. Let's see. Okay. I just like to see what I actually look like over on my monitor just because it's more accurate than my phone. Okay, so next we're gonna do mascara and then lashes. So mascara. I'll do mascara. Actually, I should start curling my lashes. I'm gonna curl my lashes today. I never curl my lashes. Because I don't really need to, but at the same time, I kind of do. And now I have a lash curler somewhere. The reason I don't is because my lashes are really full, but let me check my email. That looked important. No. Anyway, so the reason I need to start doing it is because these lashes go upwards like they're supposed to, whereas over here, my lashes hang down and over my lash line. So when I apply my lashes, no matter what I do, there's always like this little gap over here. And if there's not, it'll like it like hangs down. It looks sad. I don't like curling my lashes at all. But I need to. Just a little bit. Okay, just something quick and easy, nothing crazy. Just a little click, click, click at the bottom, click, click, click in the middle, and click, click, click at the top is your best bet. That definitely looks like it helps a smidgen. Just a smidgen, nothing crazy. My lash drawer is all over the place. Oh my gosh. Where are my lashes? Oh, they're over there. Okay, just kidding. Thought I lost my lashes. Okay. Now mascara. Pretty. I just stabbed myself in the eyeball. I always stab myself on my left eye because I always try to get really, really close to the base just to try and lift that outer corner because it like hangs down, and I end up stabbing myself. Cute. Yeah, you can really see how that like those lashes literally hang down. Those ones go up and out, and that one hangs down. It's so annoying. They like grow extra long on that end. It's very annoying. What can you do? Like, it needs to be like that. God, it's so aggravating, honestly. It's the little dumb things that aggravate me. Okay, so we are going to do some lashes now. I'm going to use my Makeup Geek lashes. These are in the style Graceful. These are my favorite. To apply them, though, I like to use a lash glue liner pen. It's just very, very easy. Very convenient. Very quick. So all you're going to do... This eyeshadow look is really pretty, actually. So all you're gonna do is, yeah, okay. Just go right across your lash line. I used to twitch so much when I did this. It's insane. And now it's like, okay. I only do one eye at a time just because by the time this one's ready, like the other one will be too dry. So I just fan it. What time is it? Almost 3. Okay, that should be good. We're drawing it a little bit because we want it to be slightly tacky. Tweezers. If you use fingers, that's fine. I like tweezers. We're gonna kind of look down, line them up the best we can. Press them into place. So a little bit far out. I'm gonna redo those. I didn't like how far out that was. Some days you have good lash days and some days it's a struggle. Like sometimes I like it better when I look down and sometimes I like it better when I look up. When I look up, I can really see where this inner corner is going, whereas if I'm down, I kind of guess. So let's look this time. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Isn't that so much better? Yeah, it is. Then I like to get tweezers like this. Really clamp them together. The less of a gap you can have, the better. I feel like everyone just universally has like a corner that just pops off, like in a bad way. It's so annoying, to be honest. Nothing a little extra glue won't fix. Looks so pretty, thank you. Get my haircut tomorrow, man. Don't lashes just change everything? They just really do. I'm actually, well, I'll wait in a second, but I'm gonna put a little bit more of that shimmer on because I messed it up from that glue. Fixed, just like that. Thank you for liking the video. Same thing with other eye. And if you want to connect your inner corner with liner, you can. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to give it a few seconds to get tacky. One of these days I'm going to do this and this whole mirror is going to break on me. Okay, that should be good. Oh, let's drop my mirror. I just know these, I'm just trying to compare size. I know these lashes look a little bit bigger. Whatever. My left eye is always so much harder for me to do than my right eye, just because this one's like right here, whereas this one's like over here. I'm right-handed. So I always try to do it like at an angle so I can still try to line it up. That looks like it's going to be okay. That outer corner on these is just not sticking today. It's kind of aggravating. This pen might be just drying out. Look like a tacky again. See, then it sticks. It's to be difficult. Lashes are probably my least favorite thing to do just because it's like the most tedious thing and I want them to be perfect. Pinch them together and push in at the same time. That way they're really against our lash line. Cute, huh? These lashes are looking cute though too, man. Makes all the difference. Don't lashes just make all the difference? Yes, they do. My stomach's growling. I am hungry. So inner corner, I always like to do a little bit of inner corner highlight. I'm gonna take a small brush, a little bit of some shimmer. Just that little pop of something. Everyone likes a little pop of something. And that is, again, the Dollhouse palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Love, 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 love. And for the 8,000th time, I'm going to spray my face, because why not? Onto lips. I need to exfoliate my lips, but we don't have time today. So let me grab my lips. My lipstick. I think I'm going to do... Let's just do Family Jewels, which is my favorite color. Cute. I like this color because it's essentially my lip color, but just a little bit darker. So pretty. Cute. Can you hear my stomach grumbling? Oh my god. Cute. This is my go-to. This is like my signature lip color. I just love it. I always use this thing. I spray my face one last time with my lips on, just so I can kind of get some setting spray on my lips too. So I just make an ugly face. Because I want it on my lips. And just like that, you have a full glam, easy eyeshadow makeup look. Gorgeous, simple, quick, easy, beautiful, fun, all the adjectives. What do you think? Good enough for my last interview today? Probably. Better be. Should we go to the pool maybe and chit chat? We could. Let's go to the pool and chit chat for a little while. Because we can. What time is it? Because I have my meeting at 4:30. It's 3 o'clock, so I have another hour. Let's chit chat. Yeah, so I'm completely remodeling my house right now, so everything's like a mess and not in order, so like don't judge. Yeah, I just moved to Florida from Ohio in June. Yeah, June. Let me get my flip-flops. So everything's under construction. So like right now I just actually put in a new front door. Should be looking cute. It was just like a basic boring builder blue. It's like all the baseboards are ripped out, crowns ripped out, ripped off the shiplap. We're gonna do this cool 3D panel wall there, and like we'll have taller baseboards and crowns. But I got new lights put in, got everything painted, got pendant lights in, new countertops and all that kind of stuff. I'm building my new fireplace right there. I have window casing. This is all the trim. So it's just, it's a process right now. Don't look at my alarm code. How rude. Let's go outside. Let's go outside. This is also partially a construction area because this is where I'm cutting all my wood and stuff. And a little hot tub, my pool. Is she cute? It's a cute little pool. I don't want to like get in the water because I'm not about that today. But we'll get closer to it and chill. It's like I don't want to be blinded, so I gotta like sit my chair. That works. That works. That lighting though. That lighting is ugly though. Move the chair some more. We'll probably just stay in the shade, or else I'm gonna be like not able to see. Can't really see myself that well, but like, whatever. Can you see me? Kinda. Whatever. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? Anything fun going on this week or this weekend? Did you have a fun Labor Day? Did you do anything exciting? I don't even actually know what Labor Day is for, to be honest. I said that the other day and everyone's like, oh, you can get a day off work. And I'm like, I work for myself, so there is no day off work. I need to put some collaborations together though soon, but I just haven't been able to, obviously, because I'm remodeling my house. So that's been kind of annoying. Because like living in Ohio, I didn't know anybody there, like that would, that's a content creator or anything like that. But in Florida, like Nady from Pop Lux lives right down the road, like 50 minutes, so not really down the road. My friend Lily MUA, she lives actually right down the road. Makeup by Maritza lives about 45 minutes away. Allie Dawson lives 45 minutes away. Like everyone lives relatively close, which is nice. Much closer than when I was in Ohio, obviously. So I definitely plan on having these people on my channel and vice versa. I just have to like get everything in order so that I can do that. But yeah. I think actually, because I still have some time, I think I might go live on TikTok in a minute, like now maybe, just to check in with people there. So if you guys want to come chat on TikTok, it's at codyjayrtistry. I think I'm going to do that actually and see how people are doing over there. Gotta share the love. So if you are here currently, thank you for joining me while I do my little get ready with me today, and I'll hopefully see you in a couple minutes over on TikTok. Thank you again for your support on all my platforms, of course, and I hope you have a wonderful day.